All right, everyone. So we're gathered here today to rebirth a new form of demise. We're going to talk about the spiritualist and how to stay connected, faithful, and hopeful with dealing with a very cruel world, which is the human race. Okay. So there will be thousands. There will even be millions. But out of that very large group, there will always be one. It doesn't matter. All you need is one. So, how do we know that the one is worth your time? Their eagerness to learn. In the beginning, you're going to notice how your subject will question you, your motives. They will question who you are. They will see you as themselves. They will see you in a very broken and distorted image, not understanding that that is how they see themselves. You are who you are because of your compassion and your understanding. So, through this very trying and difficult process with pulling one out of the darkness, you must be prepared for the endurance, but you have been built for it, and you know that. So, we move into the patience of things. Okay? You understand that your subjects think that they are more and they are bigger than you. Okay? And we're going to make it simple because I'm not about to sit here and go into identifying who to help, who to pull out of the darkness, who to be there for, who to upgrade, who to help. The thing is that as the God conscious, your job is to save one. All you need is one. How do you know you will have a successful victor? If they want it. Now, the thing is that they are going to go through a series of tests with you. There are going to be a lot of things that you are going to do that you are unsure of why you are doing it. And you must remember that at the same time, to where you are being guided to test an individual, you are also being tested. So through the times to where you are going through the unknown and you're following a higher power blindly, the best thing to do is to stay focused on being true to yourself. And in staying true to yourself, you will allow the flow of the experience. Okay? It's not about being patient with your subject. It is about trying to find out, is your subject going to be a victor? Because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your victor and what they do with the information in which you are giving them, teaching them, showing them, enlightening them about. You must have a time limit. You must set a time and set your intentions to the higher power, to the divine. And you will be supported in this. You do not have to do it alone, and you are not doing it by yourself. Okay? How can we identify that an individual is being fake with us when they come to us looking for a different quality? So the first thing you want to remember, never seek anybody out. Let individuals come to you. So you're going to go through a phase of things to where when they first come to you, they're going to be timid. They're going to want to be the best in which that they can be. Once they realize how down to earth you are, how compassionate, how loving you are, they are going to see that energy within themselves. Once they have that type of relaxation, the feeling will now move to the mind, which will now begin to calcify and build on that ego. Once an individual gets to this point, watch what they do. Study their thinking patterns. Because at this point in time, what happens is that this is where they think that they are more than you. And so to where you were chosen, their higher self chose you. They now see themselves as the one in which that needs to teach you something. Now, if you think about it, it's like parenting, right? Sometimes you want to allow the child to explore more freedom and to explore practice of choice. Because you're going to run into a lot of individuals who you think are the one, but they're not the one. But it's very purposeful because you're going to be planting the seeds. And you must remember, you're just planting the seeds. Okay? If you know that this is just hollow ground, that you're planting a seed, going back to when we talk about the ego, when they start thinking that they're more than you, better than you, stronger than you, okay? When they start taking actions and they start moving in the direction of actually trying to take you down, that is going to tell you that is a person that you are there to plant a seed in. That is not your subject to grow. And we can eliminate a lot of time and a lot of frustration with just seeing the truth of individuals instead of seeing them as things that need to be saved or children that need to be saved. Your pity is not going to help anybody. Okay? You must be prepared to walk away. I feel like a lot of individuals feel a sense of responsibility and commitment. This person has experienced my gifts. This person is starting to awaken. I think, it's a very tricky, it's a very darky world, it's a very dark world in this world. And they do not have the guidance. They need protection. If an individual shows you that they want to be a rebel, then let them rebel. And they will find their own way. Keep a close eye on the individual that's moving. The one that's constantly moving. Because this is the one who is having the experiences. This is how you identify when your spirit guides, a higher power, or the divine is working with you with another person. You have to remember you're not doing it on your own. So you have to be able to study your subjects. So when it seems like their life is a mess and falling apart, that means that they have been initiated into the mystery school. And from there, you can begin the lessons. But if you're dealing with an individual who has such a point to prove to you, you plant the seed and you walk away. Do not waste your time there. You see, people are looking for something to really believe in. Individuals are really broken out here. And then on top of that, they are in denial. So they are depending on you to be their ideal or expectations of what a true leader or seer is. Do not allow anybody to put that responsibility onto you. You are not here to save anyone. You are here to help individuals save themselves. You are not here to prove that God is real, the higher powers are real, your spirit guides are real. You are not here for that. So do not waste your time trying to prove anything. You will have to undergo certain obstacles. If you think about the story of Jesus, Jesus performed many miracles. He even rose somebody up from the dead, and it still was not enough. What did they do? They crucified him anyway. For centuries in the Christian religion, They're waiting for Jesus to come back, but nothing has changed about humanity. Why the fuck would he come back? You have to understand that when your time and when your mission is over, you must let go. You are not here to relive past lives. You are here to help heal the past lives. Jesus walked away. Moses should have walked away. Joseph should have walked away. Okay? I mean, that's all I can relate to because I come from the Christian background. When it comes to ancestors, when it comes to more heavier situations with dealing with human beings in the world, your ancestors do not want you to repeat or relive their pain of the past. They are looking to heal. If you come from a place of torture, sinister acts, lots of trauma, abuse, we should not be trying to relive that. We should be trying to heal that. How do we do that? By looking for more ways to love. If your ancestors have been enslaved, you are supposed to be looking for more freedom. Freedom in the way in which that you think, freedom in the way in which that you feel, freedom in the way in which that you eat, the way in which that you live. And you must understand that whether you want to accept it or not, the world is in perfect balance and in perfect harmony. Your purpose is not meaningless. And even though you may deal with the insanity of humanity, you have to remember that this mission is your life's work. So you might as well get comfortable and take your time. Don't be afraid to come out into the world. Don't be afraid to go in the field. Enjoy life. It's going to be times to where you're going to have to take a break from the consistency of your work and you're going to have other experiences. You will come back to it. You have to let go of the influence that the world has on you because you are still held by the world and the world's expectations of professionalism, of what is real and what is not, of how certain shit should look. I think that we have all learned that looks are an illusion. The physical appearance is an illusion. The children are the key. It is not intentional for you to direct your focus towards the children, but to find more understanding within the new consciousness in which that they have been switched out with. You must study and continue to talk to your audience. Because one day the children will find you. They will find your legacy, and your legacy will be very important for them to pass on. I think that we all see and we all know that AI is about to completely diminish human nature. But we must also be open to the new wave because the children will begin to break down these systems that they are trying to build. The children will be the one to where What all the things that they're trying to do with this AI, all of these things going on behind the scenes. They go on the internet and they switch up information on your YouTube. They're fucking with your views. The children will dismantle these systems. So the true focus is the children, but not so intentionally, because around the time to where the children are ready to awaken, they are going to need exactly what it is in which that you are giving. Okay? But until then, continue to do what you do. There are about to be a lot of changes for a lot of individuals, and there's going to be a lot of switching up. The old way of thinking is being thrown out of the window. You're going to be experiencing more movement within your life, and this is going to be very necessary. You're going to find yourself being pushed into more organic spaces. Organic doesn't always mean nature. All right. So until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.